The truth behind Jin's sudden absence from dance practice is far more serious than fans initially assumed, raising urgent questions about health, responsibility, and the hidden costs of perfection in one of the world's most disciplined performance groups. So what exactly forced BTS's eldest member to step back at such a critical moment? Confirmed internal information indicates that JN is currently dealing with a hand injury severe enough for HYBE to formally prohibit him from participating in full dance rehearsals. This was not a casual precaution, nor a temporary discomfort easily ignored in the pursuit of performance. Medical evaluations reportedly identified risks related to mobility, endurance, and precision, three non-negotiable pillars of BTS's choreography. In a group where synchronization is both an artistic signature and a physical demand, even a single compromised movement carries long-term consequences. The decision to pull JN from practice was therefore not optional, it was structural. What makes this situation especially striking is its timing. Jin's restriction coincides with rising anticipation around a leaked project reportedly connected to him and scheduled for January 1st. The overlap between physical limitation and strategic silence from the agency has intensified fan scrutiny. Is the injury merely a medical issue, or does it reveal deeper tensions between recovery, expectation, and output? HYB's choice to prioritize long-term sustainability over immediate spectacle signals a shift that cannot be ignored. Within BTS, Jin's absence from dance practice has reshaped internal dynamics. As the eldest member, he is not only a performer, but an emotional stabilizer whose presence anchors the group. His injury represents more than a physical setback. It temporarily disrupts the collective rhythm that defines BTS's training culture. RM, as leader, has reportedly taken on an expanded role, coordinating closely with staff to maintain morale and adjust rehearsal structures without allowing frustration or anxiety to surface. This recalibration reflects leadership under pressure, where transparency replaces urgency. Suga's involvement during this period has been particularly notable. Having endured his own history of physical strain, he is said to have provided JN with pragmatic guidance rooted in experience, reinforcing the necessity of restraint even when ambition pushes otherwise. J-Hope, whose identity is deeply intertwined with dance precision and energy, has adapted his rehearsal approach, reinforcing synchronization and momentum to compensate for Jin's physical absence without diminishing standards. Jimin and V have reportedly offered quiet, emotional support, ensuring that JN remains connected during breaks and informal moments, while Jungkook has shown heightened sensitivity, mirroring movements during non-strenuous sessions as a sign of unity rather than substitution. Despite being barred from physical practice, JN has not disengaged. Reports indicate he continues to attend rehearsals in an observational and supervisory capacity, offering feedback, maintaining continuity, and contributing vocally and conceptually. His presence, measured, controlled, and consistent, has prevented fragmentation during a period that could have easily destabilized group cohesion. Rather than vanishing, he remains visible in ways that respect both recovery and responsibility. Externally, fan reaction has been immediate and emotionally charged. The combination of injury news and the January 1st project leak has placed JN at the center of concern and anticipation. Social media platforms are flooded with speculation, protectiveness, and renewed loyalty, while HYB's refusal to elaborate has only intensified engagement. From an industry perspective, this silence has driven sustained attention, high retention, and continuous discussion, but at what cost to clarity? The situation raises a broader question that extends beyond choreography. How much strain can even the most disciplined artists absorb before restraint becomes necessary rather than optional? HYB's restrictions suggest a recalibration toward endurance and longevity, challenging the myth that constant output equals commitment. In this context, Jin's absence from dance practice becomes symbolic, not of weakness, but of structural maturity. As January 1st approaches, anticipation continues to grow, not fueled by impatience, but by respect for process and recovery. Jin's injury has exposed the delicate balance BTS navigates between physical limits and global expectation. It reminds audiences that even icons are bound by the realities of the body, and that stepping back can sometimes be the most responsible decision forward. The real revelation, then, is not why JN didn't join dance practice, but why acknowledging limits may be the strongest move BTS can make. As this narrative continues to circulate, a more difficult and uncomfortable layer emerges, one that demands not emotion, but examination. Are we responding to verified facts, or are we reacting to a carefully framed storyline amplified by repetition and urgency? When headlines declare revelations and insiders are vaguely cited, should we pause and ask who benefits most from our immediate belief? The account of Jin's injury and absence from dance practice appears coherent, even reasonable. Yet coherence alone does not equal truth. How much of what we accept is grounded in confirmed medical statements, and how much is reconstructed from fragmented clips, translated posts, and emotionally charged commentary circulating across TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and other platforms? If information spreads faster than verification, does speed replace accuracy in shaping public perception? It is also worth asking whether silence itself is being interpreted too generously or too suspiciously. When an agency chooses restraint, is it prioritizing privacy and recovery, or is it allowing ambiguity to fuel engagement? Conversely, when fans fill that silence with theories, are they advocating for transparency or unintentionally magnifying speculation that may distort reality? At what point does concern turn into projection? The emotional weight of this story is undeniable, but emotion can be both a guide and a trap. Are we empathizing with JN as an individual navigating physical limits, or are we consuming his situation as content framed for maximum resonance? When narratives emphasize tension, timing, and secrecy, are they informing us or conditioning us to expect drama where none may exist? Consider the repeated references to sources close to the group. Who are these sources, and why do they remain unnamed? Does anonymity protect truth, or does it conveniently shield accountability? If the same phrases echo across multiple platforms, are they independent confirmations or signs of a single narrative being recycled and reinforced until it feels authoritative? We must also question our own role as audiences. Why are we drawn more strongly to stories that suggest hidden conflict rather than straightforward explanations? If Jin's absence were simply a medical precaution, would it command the same attention without layered insinuations? Does skepticism fade when a story aligns with our emotional expectations? This does not mean the situation is fabricated. It may be entirely real, partially real, or selectively framed. The critical issue is not choosing belief or disbelief, but resisting immediacy. Before sharing, reacting, or defending a narrative, have we asked what evidence is missing? Have we distinguished between official confirmation, informed interpretation, and algorithm-driven speculation? In an era where engagement often outweighs accuracy, skepticism is not cynicism, it is responsibility. Thinking critically does not diminish care for the artist. It protects both the individual and the truth. If we truly value well-being over spectacle, shouldn't we also value patience over assumption? Ultimately, the question returns to you. Do you believe the sequence of events reflects an objective reality or a narrative shaped to capture attention at a moment of heightened anticipation? Are we witnessing transparency or a story still incomplete?